It has been more than a year when our lives has drastically changed since the outbreak of COVID-19. Most countries take extreme measures to stop the spread of the virus, such as implementing the lockdown policy. According to Gabriel, Loda, and Fernandez, the use of discretion for police officers could foster innovations and creativity for street-level bureaucracy to work as a response to the uncertain situation. Frontline workers such as teachers, public health workers, and even the police officers can also be considered as street-level bureaucrats. Basically, this term was coined by Michael Lipsky in 1979, which can also be defined as the important actors who are responsible in implementing policies through direct interactions with citizens. According to Hoop and Hill in 2007, street-level bureaucrats have discretionary autonomy, which allows them to modify and establish policy implementation to be aligned with what people really need. In times of crisis in general, street-level bureaucrats' main contribution is divided into three main responses, which are first, adaptation, secondly, resistance, and thirdly is innovation. If we analyze further, police officers must be able to be adaptive in responding towards the current situation, where they should not only be able to implement restrictive measures mandated from the central government, but also be able to modify it accordingly to the context. For instance, police officers have to patrol in the field during the time of lockdown while having to use the new technological advancement used to contact trace citizens. Aside from the strong commitment of work from the frontline workers that can achieve a successful policy implementation, technology also plays a major role during this time. In South Korea, the government is attempting to employ technology to implement a stringent technique of contact tracing. As a result, police officers on the front lines must be able to adapt swiftly and carry out orders from the higher-ups. In a difficult work environment, this might lead to the abandonment of ideas and the eventual adoption of manageable tactics. Secondly, police officers should be resistant, as they use what the underlying concept means as the survival mechanism. The majority of bureaucrats strive to organize their own work. It has an impact on how the rules are applied in a structure. To deal with particular problems, standard operating procedures are established to maximize their discretion. Well, in India, for example, the police officers in India use coronavirus costumes like this, just to scare the communities and give them warning that going around in public places amidst the pandemic is real dangerous. This shows that the central government's policies are dependent on the field workers that can carry out and utilize discretion in facing times of crisis. Nevertheless, the success of policy implementation carried out by street-level bureaucrats is highly reliant on the level of public trust from citizens, effective communication from all levels, and collaborative governance in working together to solve the unprecedented issues in our society today.